Imagine walking into a room and knowing how everyone feels before a single word is spoken. That's the magic of body language. It's like having a secret map to people's emotions. Now, you might be thinking, isn't body language just about crossing your arms or fidgeting? Not at all. Non-verbal communication is as nuanced as spoken language, and it includes posture, gestures, and facial expressions. The fancy term for this is kinesics, the study of movement, and it's everywhere. Just as code underlies a computer's behavior, body language shapes human interaction. So, why do we overlook it? Well, verbal content grabs our ears. But let me tell you, in most English conversations, up to 65% of meaning is delivered through the body, not the mouth. By the end of this podcast, you'll start decoding the silent signals all around you, turning conversations into open books. Let's dig into the science. Psychologists call the study of non-verbal cues proxemics when it comes to space, and paralinguistics for vocal tone and pitch. Here's the setup. We evolved to communicate complex ideas face to face long before written language. That means our brains are wired to pick up on micro-expressions, tiny, fleeting facial movements, and physical distance. Now, the conflict. Modern life has us glued to screens, making these signals harder to read and use. How do you interpret a sarcastic comment in a text message? Without physical cues, it's tough. The resolution? By becoming more body language aware, you can bridge this gap even in virtual settings. So, ask yourself, what's your face saying when your words say nothing? Let's talk faces. Did you know that basic facial expressions like smiles or frowns are recognized the same way in nearly every culture? That's universality in action. Researchers call these micro-expressions and macro-expressions. Think of a micro-expression as a flash of lightning gone in 1/25 of a second, but packed with information. Ever tried to hide disappointment, but your eyebrows gave you away? That's your amygdala, the emotion center in your brain, leaking the truth. Now you might wonder, if we all speak this secret language, why do misunderstandings happen? Because masking or deliberately controlling facial expressions is an art, not a science. So, next time you see a flash of surprise before a polite smile, you're witnessing a story unfold in real time. We all talk with our hands, sometimes more than we realize. Gestures are like punctuation marks in conversation. They clarify, emphasize, and sometimes even contradict our words. Ever seen someone air quote during a story? That's called an emblem, a gesture with a specific meaning, like a non-verbal hashtag. Confused hand movements? That's when illustrators come in, gestures that paint a picture, like miming a big fish when telling a tall tale. The conflict arises when gestures clash with spoken words, saying, "I'm fine," while wringing your hands. Your body just betrayed your mouth. Resolution? Watch for congruence. If words and hands align, you're seeing honesty in action. Think back to your last meeting. Who looked confident? Chances are it was the person sitting tall, shoulders back. That's posture, the billboard of body language. The technical term here is proxemics, the use of space. A strong, upright stance signals dominance, while closed, hunched postures suggest uncertainty or anxiety. Now, let's set up a scenario. You're pitching an idea. You lean in, take up space, conflict. Someone crosses their arms, shrinks away. Are they closed off or just cold? Resolution. Context matters. If the room's chilly, those crossed arms mean nothing. But if everyone else is open, you've just spotted resistance. Next time, read the room literally. The eyes are famously called windows to the soul. But are they always transparent? Eye contact is a powerful social tool used to signal attention, interest, or even challenge. 2 terms to keep in mind: oculesics, the study of eye behavior, and gaze aversion, which is looking away to avoid discomfort or deception. Here's the conflict. Too much eye contact feels intimidating. Too little, and you seem evasive. So where's the sweet spot? Experts say a steady gaze, about 60% of the conversation, is just right in English-speaking cultures. Let me tell you a genuine smile that reaches the eyes, called a Duchenne smile, is almost impossible to fake. Look for those crinkles at the corners. Ever noticed how close you stand to someone while speaking? That's proxemics, the science of personal space. In English-speaking countries, about 18 inches is our comfort zone for friends. Step closer and people tense up. Step back and you might seem distant or cold. This invisible bubble is shaped by culture and social context. Now, add touch haptics to the mix. A firm handshake says, "Trust me," but a lingering touch makes people uneasy. Conflict emerges when cultural norms collide. Try a hug in a British boardroom and you'll get awkward glances. Resolution: read the room and match your distance and touch to the setting. Have you ever found yourself copying a friend's gesture or leaning in when they do? That's mirroring, a subconscious way we build connection. Mirror neurons in our brains fire when we observe and mimic others' actions, creating empathy beneath the surface. Here's the setup. You're in a job interview. The interviewer leans forward. You do too, almost without realizing. Conflict, overdo it, and it feels creepy, like a parrot on repeat. Resolution: subtle, natural mirroring fosters trust and likability. It's a psychological handshake. Next time you want to bond, let your body do the talking. Just don't turn it into a mime show. It's tempting to think body language works the same everywhere, but let me challenge that assumption. Take the thumbs up gesture. In the US, it means great. In parts of the Middle East, it's an insult. That's a classic example of a cultural variable, an element that changes meaning across societies. Emblems and adapters, fidgety, self-touching, also differ drastically. For instance, direct eye contact is respectful in the West, but can be rude in East Asia. Ever found yourself in cross-cultural confusion? Don't worry, it's normal. The conflict arises from assuming universality. Resolution: when in doubt, observe before jumping in. Let the local body language set the tone. Do men and women speak the same nonverbal language? Not always. Studies show women are generally more expressive, using more gestures and facial cues. There's a reason. Socialization teaches girls to tune into emotional nuance, while boys are often taught to mask feelings. Here's a technical term. Gender decoding, the ability to read body language, may be stronger in women, but everyone has baseline skills. Conflict happens when these differences lead to miscommunication. A woman's crossed arms might signal discomfort, while a man's could just mean he's relaxed. Resolution: don't rush to interpret, consider individual habits and personality, not just gender. Have you ever received mixed signals? Someone says, "I'm happy," but their tone and body say otherwise? That's the challenge of incongruence. The technical term here is leakage, when true feelings slip through despite verbal filters. Think of it like a leaky faucet. No matter how tight you turn, a drop escapes. Set up. You're in a tense meeting. Your colleague nods, but their jaws clenched. Conflict. Which do you believe, the words or the body? Resolution. Trust the non-verbal. Studies show when signals clash, people believe body language over speech. So next time you sense something's off, you're probably right. Your brain picked up what their words tried to hide. So how can you use the secret language for success? Start with self-awareness. Notice your own gestures, posture and tone. Are they sending the right message? The technical terms are self-monitoring, checking your signals, and feedback loops, where you adjust based on others' reactions. Setup. You're at a networking event. Conflict. You feel nervous, so your body shrinks. Resolution. Open up, mirror confident body language, and you'll project assurance even if you're faking it at first. Direct address. Try this at your next conversation. Watch, mirror subtly, and see how rapport builds. Remember, the secret language of body language isn't just about reading others, it's about being read too.